Vegas has a new sport in town. It's called apple catching at the Sphere. Wizard of Oz at the Sphere is creating a lot of drama and buzz with their apples. Everyone's talking about it. The post-show hot topic is, did you catch one? If you don't know what's happening, don't worry. Let me fill you in. There's a scene in the movie where apples fall from the trees, and in the Sphere Theater, they actually drop apples on the audience. People are fighting over them and selling them for a lot of money. If you're going to the show and think you just need to be fast to catch one, you'd be wrong. The apple catching actually starts with seat selection. If you pick the wrong seat, your chance of grabbing one could be close to zero. In this video, I'll dive into where I think the best seats are for catching an apple based on my first-hand experience, plus what I think might happen next and what the Sphere should do to make people happy. Okay, let's talk about these apples. They are made out of foam, but very nicely shaped and sized like an apple, with the green leaf on top, and the stem is kind of like the shoelaces type material. I didn't think of smelling it until after I read it online. It does actually have some apple scent on it, with the Wizard of Oz at Sphere logo printed in the front. It made a perfect souvenir for the event, so I totally get why people want it. I am lucky and got one at the show. Actually, I got two, but I gave one to someone in front of me as they asked for it nicely. Since not many people in my section are getting them, I don't think it's right for me to keep two when others don't even have one. I am pretty happy with just one, but I feel bad for others who didn't get any. I asked the workers there later to see if people can buy one, but unfortunately, they said it's not available for sale. It's designed to be like catching the baseball at the stadium. Not everyone gets one, just luck of the draw. It's supposed to be a fun little adventure, but people are fighting for them, and some people are selling them on eBay for as high as $500. That's just crazy. Who's paying that much for a foam apple? Well, apparently the people who wanted it very badly. There's a rumor floating around about how the Sphere will stop dropping apples at the show due to the drama, but they just debunked it by posting this on X, confirming there will be apples dropping at every show, and even took the opportunity to promote the experience to urge people to come watch the show and catch the apples themselves. Very smart move. So if you bought the tickets already and were worrying if your show would not have any apples, rest assured you will see them. If you're still in the planning phase and deciding which seats to get for apple catching, let me share what I saw as well as what I gathered. I was in section 407, row 7, seat 8. There are definitely a lot more apples in the lower sections. I feel like we had maybe 20 of them in our area. Some people say the aisle seats won't get them. I think it's all random, but I did sit more in the middle, so there might be some truth to it. So where are these apples coming from? They are dropped from the ceiling from the slots that are called robotic hatches, according to a worker. I kinda nerded out on figuring out how many apples they drop. Based on what I captured on the phone, I saw 18 hatches releasing apples. According to an article I found, there are a total of 33 of those hatches in the Sphere. I paused the screen to count, and I believe each hatch released 30 apples. So if they do drop from all 33 hatches, there should be 990 apples per show. Since I have only seen 18 hatches dropping them, and I can't be sure they are dropping from every available hatch, I'd say for sure there are 540 of them for my show. The full capacity for the Wizard of Oz show is about 5,900, even though the venue can hold 17,600 people. That's because they only open certain sections that have the haptic capability. So assuming an 80% fill rate, that's 4,700 people per show. So you're looking at an 11 to 21% chance on average to catch one. That means 1 or 2 out of 10 people should get an apple. While that's not the best odds, it's better than trying to catch a foul ball at a baseball game, which if you're curious is about 1 in 800 to 1,000. But here's the real issue. The apples are not evenly distributed. If you look at how the hatches are lined up, 200 and lower lower 300 level sections will likely have higher exposure than others. That's why you see some people get 3 or 4 of them, and a lot more have none. Did Sphere just drop them willy-nilly? No, they engineered everything in the show to make sure everything works the best, so they tried to drop them where people were actually located. If you're interested, I've shared a link to a Reddit post in the description. A Sphere worker shared their apple dropping testing video there. But if you look at my video, it's pretty obvious that the 400 sections just don't have as many hatches over them. So even if they try to distribute evenly, if you sit in these higher sections, you're still at a disadvantage. So if you're seated on the 400 level, my advice is to expect nothing and just be happy if you get one. That said, some people reported they got a few in 406, and I got 2 at 407, so the hope is still there. To recap, if you want the best seats for the apples, buy tickets for section 205, 206, 207, lower section of 305, 306, and 307. Some people believe 206 and 306 are the best, but if you look at the hatches, I think all 200 and the lower 300 levels get similar exposure. If you believe the opinion about the apples mostly falling to the center area, then pick the seats in the middle within each section. You can also get the aisle seats, so you're positioned to grab those apples that drop on the stairs. Here's the disclaimer. Only do this maneuver if you're pretty agile. Remember, Sphere Theater is steep and the stair steps are narrow, so don't get yourself injured for a souvenir. Other than paying more to be seated in section 200 or 300, there are a few things I can think of to increase your chance of catching one. But some ideas I have might disturb others, so I won't mention or recommend them. Here's what I think you can do in a civilized manner without affecting other people's experience. As soon as the Apple screen comes on, look up and start getting ready to catch one. Most people don't know what to expect, and the apples just bounce off of them. They literally don't know what hit them. If you're like me, who couldn't catch one in the air, immediately look around you, under the seat, on the floor. If you're by the aisle, look for the ones on the stairs and grab them fast. I found one under my seat and one under the empty seat next to me, but you do need to act quickly. If you see someone holding more than one, ask them nicely to see if they will be kind enough to give you one. If you caught more than one, please consider giving one out to other people who were not as lucky. Trust me, your kind gesture will make their day, and it will be a reminder to people that kindness still matters and makes the world a better place. Do not get into an argument or fight someone for the apple. It's not worth ruining a nice experience for it, and you don't want to wind up on TikTok and be exposed for grabbing people's foam apples. Go buy it online if you absolutely cannot live without one. As mentioned earlier, there are people selling them on eBay for quite a bit of money. Some people even sell those leaves they caught in the tornado scene. People are so opportunistic, it's hilarious. I think if Sphere continues to drop them every show, the novelty will wane off eventually, and the resale value will drop and the craze will die down. I also expect to start seeing fake ones for sale, so know what they should look like if you're thinking of buying one online. If Sphere somehow stops dropping them or reduces the amount, which some people have reported seeing less of them at their shows, then the scarcity will encourage the selling to continue, and more people will probably be upset leaving the show empty-handed. I think they need to drop more apples to make people happy, because if I am being honest, catching an apple at the show was so much fun. It was the highlight for me. I was gleeful the rest of the show holding the apple in my hand. I wish everyone gets that experience and goes home with a big smile on their face like I did. What I hope Sphere would do is to sell a different version of the apple as merch. But I understand that designing and ordering a new batch of apples to be shipped from overseas will take forever, so maybe just put the same apple in a nicely designed Wizard of Oz box for display. They can easily sell those for 10 to 20 bucks, and they will sell out fast. Basically, for folks who didn't catch the free one, there's another version they can buy. That would be a happy ending to a wonderful experience for everyone. Another suggestion is to add the apples to the VIP package, meaning if you buy the VIP package, you're guaranteed one. I think that's only fair when you pay over $300 for a show. I think Sphere needs to do something about this, as people are all distracted by this apple catching sport. support. If they start selling them, then people can just relax and focus on watching the show instead of figuring out how to catch something dropping from the ceiling. This unexpected drama is kind of ridiculous and kind of funny to me, but is entertaining nonetheless and is creating more buzz around the show. So maybe Sphere will choose to do nothing about it, as it's free marketing and driving more hype. This Apple drama might be the best advertisement for them. Whether you catch one or not, you'll definitely be talking about it after. And guess what? Now I think every show at the Sphere needs to drop something out of the ceiling to make me happy. It's setting a new precedent and it'll ruin other shows that have no droppings. Hope you enjoyed me nerding out a bit on this, or maybe got some useful info if you plan to watch the show. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, as my next video will give you a full detailed guide on what are the best seats for this show, and not just for the apple catching. I'll also cover when to show up, which, believe me, you need to know, what to expect, and how to get the most out of the experience, and so much more. Until then, happy apple catching, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.